And this is the Mercedes-Benz Rangers postgame show on a day where Bronx cheers invaded Manhattan and the opponent turned the island into the borough of Kings. Rangers once again non-competitive for large stretches in this one. They lose 5-1 at home to LA. Inside our Delta MSG studios from the Garden alongside Steve Valiquette, I'm John Giannone. I would say this is starting to get alarming, but I think the alarm bells have already sounded. This is the 9th time this season the Rangers have allowed at least 5 in a game, and yet another one of those games, Steve, as you described in the pregame show, sort of a show-me game for the Rangers, and they don't show.
Right. There's sometimes a momentary sulk from the star players when a rush doesn't go their way or the puck is turned over, getting back to the bench, walking off the ice in the penalty box, and it sends a message to everybody. And there was one message that was sent to a number of guys tonight, and that was ice time. Panarin, 14 minutes, Lafreniere, 13 minutes, just 18 shifts, fewest among all forwards. So it's out there. The coach is trying to push some buttons. Haven't seen much of a response, but there has to be something that changes between now and tomorrow night because, I mean, it's getting awfully scary.
Yeah, and it's what's happening in their own zone far more than what's happening up the ice at the other end. The Kings put their stamp on the game 7 minutes in. They took a 2-0 lead to end the first period, and then they scored 3 goals in the first 5 minutes of the second period. And just like that, 25 minutes in, Igor Shesterkin was on the bench, having allowed 5 goals on 21 shots.
Everybody has to check. That's first and foremost right now, and the back check would help everybody. A forecheck would certainly be nice, and anything up ice needs to be a certainty and not where they're at right now. They're not filling in for one another, and there's a lot of room without picking up secondary opportunities like you see here. Everybody has a role to play defensively, and there's a lot of gliding back. You know, it's the one thing I look at with body language is who's taking a hard stride to cover for a teammate or cover for themselves. Because sticks, as we spoke about in the second intermission, they're up in the air. But there's definitely a lot of guys taking their time to get back. And that's why a lot of the goals, they're of the pretty variety. They're nice because the LA players had time and space. They had room out there. They didn't have anybody on them. So the sense of urgency for the Rangers to correct things, it's at an all-time high right now.
So 5 different goal scorers for the Kings, 10 different Kings with a point. They win it 5-1 on Garden Ice. Rangers have now lost 9 times at home already this season. They lost 11 times all year last year. Their 9th home loss last year, Steve, came at the end of March. And I think maybe as troubling as anything that's gone on that we've seen in this stretch of 9 losses in 12 is just how, again, to use the term, largely non-competitive they are in their own building.
That's what hurts everybody here right now, and I'm really referring to the fans because they're the ones that are supporting this team right now, and they're not seeing the effort. So when the players are coming off and they're hearing it, deservedly so, that usually is the final straw for the players. Now, in this game, you're playing against an LA Kings team that has beaten Dallas, Winnipeg, Minnesota in the last 2 weeks. Those are marquee wins. You're going up against a team that's been battle-tested in LA. I thought that was going to rise everybody's level. And I mean it. The Rangers have only really had one marquee win this season, and it was in the second week of the season in Toronto. But other than that, they haven't really beaten a real formidable opponent.
Steve, when you watch today and you watch some other games that have happened recently, the 5 against St. Louis and the 7 against the team they played most recently, 5 against Winnipeg 6. I mean, there are so many games where there are so many breakdowns. Do you think it's positioning? Do you think it's strategic? Do you think it's physical? Do you think it's mental? Or is it actually all of it?
Well, okay, yes, of course, it's many things, right? But right now, they're really going through the mental. And I think that there's a paralysis of analysis out there. And you know what that looks like when you're a former player. You're not saying these guys aren't trying or they're not trying to try. Their intention is to work hard, but at some point they're becoming spectators out there and they're watching the play develop. You know, you can look at any of those 5 goals tonight and you'll find mostly 2 guys out of the 5 that just watched it unfold, and in some cases 3 out of the 5. But one player watching a play unfold is usually the reason why a goal is scored, because he can't do his job in a way that's predictive for his teammates to fill in for him. there's a lot going on here.
Yeah, there is.
I know you've been trying to find positives, string together wins, takeaways. Just where did it feel like things went wrong today for you guys?
From the start. Yeah, there's not much positive in this game. From start to finish, just flat. Yeah, we don't. It's a bad game.
It felt like you guys had a physical start. Was that something that you were trying to do coming in, just up in the physicality?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we're just chasing. I think we were waiting for the next guy to do something, and just becomes a waiting game. Yeah, we have to. We have to understand that it's going to take a lot more than what we did today to get out of this, and it's unacceptable.
You had strong penalty kills, but then goals scored for them. How deflating is that when you can get some momentum from a PK and then it ends up in their net?
No, I mean it's. I don't think it was enough to kind of swing it our way, or we didn't take advantage of it. And yeah, it's disappointing. It's just bad.
Disappointed in myself for the way things went on that first goal, and when you're in a hole like this, you can't afford to have that happen. So, got to be better.
And the thing is, you guys know that it's been a struggle for you guys, and you want to come out with a better start. It's obvious you do. When it doesn't happen, is that now festering? Is that now going through everybody's head too, and it kind of bleeds into the game?
Yeah, it is, but it can't. That's as tough as it is to block that stuff out. You have to block it out, and you have to make sure that you're memory of a goldfish on the ice. If you're down a goal, down 2 goals, the next shift has to be the same way that you planned on it being from the start of the game.
For a couple of those goals, positioning-wise, it felt like you guys were there. Just where did it feel like, I don't know, you weren't connecting or maybe executing?
Yeah, execution. Got to be tighter. You can't give guys in this league any space or time to get a shot off, and if you do, it ends up in the back of your net, and that's what happened tonight.
Was there anything, obviously you can't say what happens in the room, but was there anything unique said in between the second and third to try to get you guys fired up for the third?
No, what we say in here stays in here, but there's a lot of things that you can say, but at the end of the day, you need to perform on the ice, and you need to make sure you show up and give it your all every shift, and right now I feel like we're not doing that.
You stressed so much, just positives, staying positive while you kind of go through this. You've got another game tomorrow, so how do you turn the page, and how important is it to kind of have that positive attitude as you head into St. Louis?
It's tough to have a positive attitude after a game like that. I think.
So what do you take away? How do you kind of head into tomorrow's game?
Well, we're heading on the road right now. Get into St. Louis, look ourselves in the mirror, tell ourselves we need to be better, show up at the rink tomorrow with just a killer mentality. And that's really the only way to fight your way out of this, is to fight. So we got to be ready to dig our way out. And really, at the end of the day, you got to stop talking about it. Just got to do it.
Have you seen enough fight recently? And if not, can you put your finger on why, like what it is that's going on?
At times, yes, but it needs to be more consistent. We're letting a lot of things get to us, and we need to make sure that we're focusing on what we're doing and not letting anything get to us mentally, I guess.
Okay. Thanks, Vincent.
Wow, there's a lot to unpack from Vincent Trocheck. He said that there's a lot of things that are getting to us right now. He said we've got to stop talking about it and just do it. It sounds to me, Steve, that the self-fulfilling doubt that this team feels individually and collectively is overtaking them. And he even admitted, he said it's tough to block it all out, but we have to. And that's a very difficult mindset for a professional athlete to have. Yeah. Ebbs and flows are one thing, but this is a nadir that I don't think they've experienced.
No, and what he said speaks volumes. Now, these guys have all been through it, and they've also been in positions where they've been the guy that has been the driving force effort-wise. Before Lafreniere was drafted, I heard from one scout that said, this is a great player because he takes it personal when you take the puck from him, and he will hound you to get it back. I've heard that said about Trocheck. They're on the same line. If they get that going, what does that do for Panarin? He has to play that way. Right now, all three are playing the lighter versions of themselves. But it's in them. They just have to go back to what made me successful when I was at my best, and how do I find that inner dog that I did have? Because they got to this level for a reason, John. They've all got a relentless work ethic, but right now they've been beaten down.
Yeah.
And they don't know how to get out of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's either beyond words or it's way more than words at this point for the Rangers. And we saw examples of that at the 7-minute mark of the first period when the Kings found themselves with a 2-on-1. And as has happened so often recently, when the Rangers give up an odd man rush, it ends up in the back of their net.